Welcome back. God bless. Hope y'all are doing well. Bro, if you see my face, it might look like a little red or something like that. I got sunburned. I was outside for one day. I played basketball outside for 2 hours and I got sunburned. But welcome back to another video. Hope y'all are doing well. Dude, I've been thinking about a lot of things. So, as I'm catching a bunch of Nicklets, I think. I don't know what it's called. Nickit, I think it's called. As I'm catching a bunch of those, which is a new Pokemon that came to Pokemon Go, I have some big talk. So, if you don't know, I'm a streamer. Or I was a streamer. So the reason I haven't been streaming as much, because I stream on Twitch mainly, the main reason I bring this up is because, dude, I've been seeing a lot of like just opportunity for streaming wise. So I know I used to stream for this YouTube channel, but I'm not the biggest fan of streaming on YouTube because YouTube is pretty strict when it comes to their monetization. So I don't know if you watch me as a streamer, because I do more than just like Pokemon Go. I play Clash of Clans, I play Fortnite. So if you watch me for more than that, check out my Twitch stream. And on top of that, there might be some changes to where I might change to a different platform, different from Twitch. So if you're a fan of that, if you're a fan of just me as a creator, just check out in the description. I'll probably put the Twitch down there, but I'll put updates there on Twitch. And I plan on streaming there more. When I don't know. Like, I've been really working on the Pokemon business, as well as trying to make sure I get my fourth channel monetized, just so I can get a good money flow, because if you don't know, this is what I do as a full-time job. So this was just like a little update for people that watch me for me. There's gonna be some changes when it comes to, if you watch my streams, that's gonna happen, as well as I'm gonna try and keep the content on this channel pretty similar. So just still Pokemon Go and Pokemon cards. So there is that. Now, Pokemon Go wise, dude, I have caught so many of this new Pokemon. It's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a good thing. I'm glad that this Pokemon is spawning a lot in the wild, and I think I found so much of it enough to where it's gotten to a point where I also evolved it, which is good. I like the fact that we were able to find so much Pokemon. I like when they do this. And on top of that, with this new event in Pokemon Go, what they did was they made a shiny boost on a certain Pokemon, which, again, I always say this, every single time Pokemon Go does this, I think this is one of the best things they can do for an event. And that's simply adding a shiny boost to any Pokemon that is relevant to the event. So for this event, what they did was they boosted Shiny Clauncher, which is a great shiny. Doesn't come out too often, so I think that's super awesome. And in fact, I was actually able to get my own Shiny Clauncher. So as I was at one of my friends' houses, I was able to get the Shiny Clauncher. It's a really nice lobster red look. I think it's honestly a really, really good water type shiny. Let me know in the comments below, have you been able to catch a Shiny Clauncher yet? But after all catching the new Pokemon, let's go over some new stuff that's coming to Pokemon Go. So as you're probably seeing, hopefully at Team Rocket Grunt, I'm gonna go over the Gigantamax Snorlax that's gonna be coming to Pokemon Go. So why is it significant? Why is this significant? Is because, well, Snorlax is a very popular Pokemon, and I'm assuming this is just gonna be one of those big Gigantamax raid days, which I think is pretty significant because, for one, you get a huge amount of max particles every single time you open a Gigantamax Snorlax. Now, why is this good? I think, me personally, I think this is great because you can upgrade a lot of your power-ups if you need to. I think you can do like 1 to 2 with that many max particles. You can upgrade your attacks or your healing, which can help you in more raids. On top of that, I'm pretty sure your storage gets larger as well during the Gigantamax day. So I'm gonna go over everything in this event that you need to know, including the date, time, the event details, as well as just everything you need to know. So first thing it says here is the daytime. So April 19th. This is gonna be from 2 to 5 p.m. So I'm going over this now, but obviously a couple days before April 19th, I'll make sure to give you guys an update. But this is just kind of like news that has happened recently that I thought to tell you guys. The event details, we have Gigantamax Snorlax is making its Pokemon Go debut, and by the way, it can be shiny. Let's make that fully clear. It can be shiny, so that's obviously, I think, is pretty cool. As well as the max particle collection limit will be increased to 1,600. So basically what this means is you just hold up to 1,600 max particles, which is good compared to the normal 800. I think that's always good. All power-up spots will host Gigantamax battles, which is pretty cool. That's basically meaning that everything is gonna have Gigantamax Snorlax, so you won't be, missing out. Because, I mean, I could see why they do this, because I think there's times where, like, when a new Dynamax comes out, like Chansey's came out, but there's not just Chansey and Dynamax rates. Does that make sense? But obviously, if you see that, it's because Machop's in the other one, and Machop is the counter to Chansey, but you know what I mean. Power-up spots will also refresh more frequently, so it's basically like a raid hour, or basically I think it's every 30 minutes, it'll become a new Snorlax, so that you don't have to go to too many different max particle spots, and you'll be able to find Snorlax. Max Mushrooms, so the Max Mushrooms temporarily amplifies the fast attacks, charged attacks, and max moves attacks to your Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon in max battles. So it doesn't say there's going to be any price change on the Max Mushrooms, which I wouldn't assume they would, but I have seen, and I tried this as well, Max Mushrooms are actually pretty good. Now, the only reason I don't spend on them personally is because I just normally do like remote raids and stuff like that, but it's genuinely not that bad of an option, you know what I mean, to do these type of raids. But y'all can let me know in the comments below if you use Max Mushrooms or not, but they're actually not that bad. And I thought, I mean, for a while, especially if you check some of the videos, you would see that I'm not the biggest fan of them, but after a while, it now starts to seem that they're actually pretty viable when it comes to these type of days. So on top of that, you can level up your max battle experience with the event ticket. So basically what it is the max particles collection limit will increase to 5,600. So that's about 7 raids capacity, because it's 800 particles per raid. So 5,600 if you buy the event ticket. On top of that, it is 2 times XP for max battles, which I believe it's 10,000 per. So it's going to be 20,000 there. Oh, it says 25,000 XP. Okay, well, you're gonna see it on the screen because now I'm confused. And then you also get 1 max mushroom, which I think that's one big thing with this event ticket that I think is pretty significant, is the fact that yes, you get the increased max particle limit, which I think is the main reason people would buy it. But for me personally, I think it's super significant that they add the max mushroom, because the max mushroom is very good, especially when it tells us that the max mushroom literally amplifies everything. So that's the fast attack, the charge attack, the max moves. So I think that's pretty significant how good the max mushroom actually is. And again, I said this at first why I didn't like it as much is because I didn't know much about it, you know what I mean? But now seeing that they're literally telling us what the max mushroom is, and the fact that we're going to get one in the event ticket, if you get the event ticket obviously, then you know, I think that's pretty good. Other than that, I want y'all to let me know your thoughts on this event of the Snorlax Gigantamax coming to Pokemon Go. There's going to be more videos of me like actually playing it more, with one being the Dynamax Chansey, because I kind of got some beef with Shiny Chansey, or not Shiny Chansey, with I was trying to say Gigantamax and Dynamax at the same time, but Dynamax Chansey, I feel like there's a problem there. So I'm going to make a video about that tomorrow. So thank y'all so much for showing up into today's YouTube video. God bless. Jesus loves y'all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.